Following with what Allison and Raylan said, we are showing our original two animals. Miracle, found by a woman near London, Kentucky, had been left for dead by two men who abused her. She recovered and was adopted by a loving family. Smokey was found on an airport runway. An abuse case was opened, but after years with no leads, the case was closed. Smokey is now full weight thanks to another loving adoptive family. On our website, we limited our scopes to two types of abuse: neglect, which is failure to provide food and shelter, and intentional cruelty, which is outwardly just torturing the animal. We talked to an animal control officer and a veterinarian, but we learned that animal abuse is serious in Kentucky. We came up with education and legislation as a solution. Next, we move into visuals using logos to share analysis and statistics to show viewers that they are needed. This is also a source we use on our website. We still think it is a good visual graphic that shows just how bad animal abuse is in Kentucky. Our research showed that Kentucky ranks 50 out of 50 in a 2013 study by the Animal League Defense Fund. We wanted to start with this, showing that of all the 50 states, Kentucky is the worst in animal protection laws. We will then explain why this matters to our audience before we lead up to the conclusion and the call to action. This is new research since the website. In addition to being 50 out of 50, we also found that Kentucky ranks last in animal welfare laws for the last 7 years in a row, based on factors including penalties not being strong enough and law enforcement policies not being enforced. This video from the Animal League Defense Fund was a case in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It shows Poncho and Lefty, 5-week-old pit bull puppies, found in a Dollar General store trapped in a box in freezing weather. Poncho and Lefty are 2 of 8 million animals that end up in shelters every year in our community. The real issue is that we don't have the laws to protect them, nor do we enforce the laws we have. These animals will never see justice unless we change the laws. This is the so what part. An even larger issue that comes from the lack of concern of animal cruelty is that we know that it leads to human violence. This is the point we want to make to convince our audience why they need to care about this more than they do. We know from multiple studies that we will reference in our PSA that there is a connection with animal cruelty and human violence. The FBI has finally reclassified animal abuse crimes, and the law will take place in 2016. The law will upgrade animal cruelty to a felony, but the local and state laws do not support the federal laws. Animal abuse is a crime that doesn't stop on its own. We know if an animal is being abused, it is very likely that there is a human in the same home being abused, most likely a woman or child. We also know that if it goes unchecked, it escalates to more violent crimes against humans. Also, many people who abuse animals were abused when they were children, so it is a vicious cycle that demands our attention. Another fact, the FBI uses animal cruelty as a predictor of violence against people and uses this data when profiling serial killers. We plan to show a list of statistics, probably in a graph or a chart. A Google search that we can show a screenshot of provides a list of animal crimes in Kentucky, and we will show pieces of video clips from 3 Kentucky cases. An Owen County student kills a goat in Turkey at his local high school. A Rowan County pet owner is charged with animal cruelty after one of his dogs was found dead and another was dying of starvation while chained a few feet from his front door. A Jessamine County man neglects his Doberman to the point of starvation, showing ribs sticking out of their skin. The list goes on, and we have plenty of examples and studies to show the correlation between animal cruelty and human violence. Next, Brittany will share our conclusion and our call to action.